Hey guys, I'm about to go through playlist 2 with you and also kind of lay some ground rules and expectations for this week and also for playlists that are going to be up and coming. So first off, you guys obviously found the video, go to classwork. It's always going to be underneath the playlist for the week. So last week was playlist 1, this week is playlist 2, and so underneath playlist 2 is all of the um, things that you will need for this week, including this video. Um, you will see on sometimes when I make these videos that there will be multiple playlists. You should only have one. So, for example, in this class right now, at least, I only have 2 that's posted. There might be 3 or 4 within a set class as well. So just know that you should only have one playlist. So if you have 2 that would be on your classwork underneath playlist 2 or underneath the playlist, if you have 2 of them or more, let me know because that is not how it's supposed to be set up. So once you click on this, you should be able to pull up your playlist number 2. So same rules apply that we talked about already for the playlist. There's 3 main areas that you need to focus on this week: must-dos, may-dos, and then also the goals for the week. So this goal, or this week, your goal is I can look at a text and know something about it. And then your other goal for this week is that you will know the morphemes for this week. And I'll tell you guys a little bit about that here in a second. So a couple of things before we get into the must-dos. So the things that you have to do for this week. It's important to note that Monday and Wednesday this week are going to be whole class, which means not necessarily that I'm going to be standing up and lecturing you guys the whole time, or I'm going to be talking the whole time, but I'm going to be guiding you through the lesson for that day. So we'll all do it together. But some of the things you can do on your own, or you'll be doing while I'm prompting you to do them. So first thing, you hopefully already took the M&M Bell work form that's on Google Classroom in the general information. Now you're watching this video. If you guys get done with these, it's really important that you guys check them off. Just check them off as you do them so that I know what you've already done and what you haven't done if I need to go in and look at this. So then after you're done with watching this video, together as a class, we're going to go through the vocabulary for the week. And what I did was, in case somebody wasn't here, so in case you're watching this video and you're not at school, the vocabulary that we would be looking at the chart on is linked here. So you can pull that up and go through and still put in the same vocabulary that we would be doing in class. And because it's week 1 and I know you will be tested on this in your social studies class, our social study or our vocab words for this week are the same as in your social studies class, or very similar. Just to help you guys get started off right in both of our classes, you guys are going to be putting those vocab words into the template. So where you're going to find that, it even says on Google Classroom, Morpheme and Vocabulary Tracker are right here. So what you're going to do is pull up the actual vocab tracker. It looks like this. You would put the word. So maybe the word is latitude. You'd put the word. You would put the definition, and then you would put or use it in a sentence, which you can Google how to use it in a sentence or a sentence, or you can look it up actually in your social studies textbook, which this slide presentation has the actual page number, so you can go in and look at it, and then find a picture that represents that, just kind of like it is on here. Maybe find something similar, or maybe you make a different connection. But we're going to all be doing this together. And so just so you guys know, on Monday, that is going to be what we do. And hopefully we get done. But if we don't get done on Monday, then on Tuesday, it's independent work time. Before you start your morphemes, you have to finish the vocabulary. So what you would do is just finish that up on Tuesday. On Tuesday, you'll be working independently. You are then going to be working on your morphemes, which are individual units of letters basically. And through this, like the lesson and also the practice, you'll kind of know what I mean by that. Um, so the Morpheme Tracker, like I said, is on Google Classroom in the general information. It's in the same one as the vocabulary tracker. It looks like this. All you have to do is if it's a prefix, write it here. If it's a root, write it here, suffix, and so on. But for all of these, make sure they're in the correct area. Definition goes next to it. So what does it mean? And then also the examples. So either you come up with your own examples or you use that lesson and you use the examples that I put in it. Each one of the morphemes this week are directly tied to your social studies vocab. So you can also put your vocabulary words here for examples as well. So that's Tuesday. When you guys are done, or if you get done before the end of Tuesday, then there are two things that I linked here. The first one is the vocabulary practice. So that's the vocab, that's practice on the actual vocab words. And then morpheme practice is also linked there. The morphemes will be what I test you guys on at least this first week. So next week, not on this playlist, but on the next playlist, you'll get to practice the morphemes even more and do more things with them. But then I will be giving you guys a quiz on them to make sure that you understand them and you've mastered them. And then we'll go on to the next set. So just if you're like, I don't know which one to practice, for this class at least, you'll have to practice the morphemes. But then I also know that you will be tested on the vocabulary, so you can do that as well. And you can do both of those. Wednesday, we're doing this all together. We're going to answer the question, how does the environment shape the way we live, which is also the social studies overarching question. You will fill that out here within this playlist. And then we are going to be doing two different articles, actually. There's going to be two different articles. If you were assigned this playlist, you have an article on Read Works. And we're going to be using the Thieves model, which I also linked here. And so we're going to be looking at that and using that model. The Google Doc that you will need for this is posted on Google Classroom. So underneath playlist 2, because it's a part of playlist 2, and you won't need it for the next week, or it's going to be a different thing for the next week. Here's where you find it, Thieves Reading Strategy Table. And so then you'll click on that and you'll fill that out accordingly. And Thursday we'll be in the library, and it even says we will meet in the library, so remember that, now you've been told. And then Friday, because we have our library book, we will start our beginning of class routine that we'll get into the group with for the rest of the year. But Tuesday through Friday is always read 7 minutes from your book. And so you're going to do that, and then you will actually read, and you aren't going to be doing this with me, but you're actually just going to read the article yourself and then take the quiz at the end of that article. And then if you get done with all of this or what have you, you can go here. There's vocabulary.com link. The vocab words are linked again. And then you can also morpheme practice. You can do that again. The whole point of the may-dos are basically things that will help you in the future or help you or further your learning, but aren't necessarily mandatory. They're not things you have to do, but it can't hurt to do them. So if you have time, you're using your time wisely at the end. Another thing I would say always for the may-dos, you can read your book. You can read your library book because the expectation is that you will read a book every 6 weeks. And so if you're reading or if you're getting done quicker than the week allows, and you have the extra time, why wouldn't you read that book in class? If you guys have any questions over this playlist or any of the expectations that I've gone through already, please do not hesitate to ask. In fact, after you're done with watching the video each week, I want you to feel very comfortable and confident in what you are doing. So if you have any questions, it would be really great to ask me right after you're done watching this video so I can clarify for you, and then you can move on and start your playlist. So please let me know if you guys have any questions, and good luck.